Hello everyone, this is Murli Chaudhary and I took time to upload my first videos because I was stuck at somewhere in my laptop and I found very difficult to upload, the file size of more than 50 GB. I have recorded my lectures, but I found very difficult to upload on YouTube. So I decided to dissect my videos and bifurcate it into several parts. So mostly in the first videos, I will talk about Mauryan art and architectures. But under the Mauryan art and architectures, we have several aspects. So in this video, in the first part of this video, we will talk about the Mauryan palaces in details. So before going into Mauryan palaces, let's talk about Mauryan art and architecture as an introduction. So Anand Kumaraswamy has basically bifurcated modern art into two parts: court art and popular art. So the court art, as the name suggests, it is court initiatives, and popular art, as a name suggests, it was individual initiatives. So court art was patronized by the kings and their families, and popular art was patronized by the individuals. So under court art, we have palaces, pillars, and stupas. Though stupas comes under popular art as well. So anyway, under popular art, we have caves, poetry, and sculptures. So basically, I will talk about of these topics in the later videos. But in this video, I will talk about the palaces, Mauryan palaces. So let's go further to modern palaces. So let's see how modern palaces, were look like. So this is the Mauryan Palace. So basically, it was consists of 80 pillars. There were 80 lithic pillars, and the pillar was carved out of single stone. And it was monolithic. So the pillar was monolithic, and the the one of the interesting fact is that it was consists of 80 lithic pillars, and that pillar was monolithic, and the raw materials which was used was sandstone. Now the sandstone was brought from the Chunar. Chunar is basically a site near Varanasi. So the material was Chunar sandstones, and it was basically buff colored. So Chunar, the sandstone is basically buff colored. So this is one aspect. Now the pillars, basically the Mauryan, pillars, because palaces is supported by the pillars. So when we talk about Mauryan pillars, so Mauryan pillars was smooth and polished surface. Modern pillars was having a smooth and polished surface. So you can see the grandeur of Mauryan pillars here. Okay, and what some scholars and travelers have talk about for modern palaces was that Fayan, who was Chinese travelers, and he stated that it was God gifted monuments. Mauryan palaces was God gifted monuments. So we can deduce or infer from the fact that how such were a grandeur of Mauryan palaces. So, and Megastine also talk about Mauryan palace, and he stated that it was greatest creation of mankind. So we can deduce from the fact that the grandeur of the Mauryan palace. So from these two accounts. Now, when we talk about basically Mauryan pillars, so basically the Mauryan pillars was discovered by many archaeologists. One of the prominent archaeologists was D.V. Spooner, David Bernard Spooner, and he discovered 72 pillars, doing excavation. So, and another was E.S. Artlaker, Anand Sadasiv Artlaker, he also discovered eight, and later discovered by the B.K. Misras. So basically, and Waddell has also contributed in discovering pillars. So basically the Mauryan palaces basically was located at the present day Kumrahar in Patna. So this is the Mauryan palace. Basically it was consists of 80 pillars. Okay, this is just a replica, you know, replica of Mauryan palaces. And okay, and basically the base of the base of this pillar was wooden structures. Basically, although for any base of pillar, wooden structures, we haven't seen any wooden structures, but we found the base of the modern pillar was wooden structures. It means there were wooden platforms on which pillars was supported. So this is one of the interesting aspects. So uh, and also, and the distance between pillars was 35 feet from each other. It means there were a gap of 35 feet of distance between pillars. So and what interesting fact is that there were 80 pillars, and in each rows there were 10 columns. So there were 8 rows of 10 column each. So 8 into 10, that is 80 pillars. So there were 8 rows, and in each rows there were 10 pillars. So this is one aspect. And several scholars like D.V. Spooner, David Bernard Spooner was struck by the similarity between the Mauryan palaces and Achaemenid palaces found at Persepolis. Basically, several historians claim that the Mauryan palaces brought the legacy of making Mauryan palaces from Achaemenid Empire uh, in Iran. So, but many historians also negate this fact, like Niranjan Roy. So Niranjan Ray, and he draw attention to many differences, like between Mauryan pillars and Persian pillars, like the pillars of Kurmahara Hall. So the pillars of Kurmahara Hall do not have capitals. So, but we found capitals, in Persian palaces. So in Iran, so this is one differences. Another difference was that most of the modern, pillars I have stated earlier that are smooth, but when we talk about Persian pillars, basically the Persian pillars are smooth. So this is one of the difference. So though there were many similarities in modern pillars or Persian pillars, but there were also many differences between them. So, and other scholars like Kumar Swami has also pointed that India was a earlier part of ancient East, and and the land was stretched from the Mediterranean Sea to the Ganga Valley, and there was also interaction of some traders. Okay, so that resulted into influence by the Persian empire to Mauryan empire as well. So that can be reasons, because India was belong to the same region from which Persian or Iran was belong. Persia or Iran was belong. So that can be one aspect. So on the other hand, one hand we see there are many historians who pointed out that the Mauryan palaces or pillars basically copied from the Persian palaces. But there are many historians or archaeologists who stated the fact that it is not like that, because we have differences, and some say because it has come earlier in Iran, and India have some common culture heritage. So we don't, although we don't borrow from Persia, but yeah, we could because the influence which is found on the modern palaces, that was brought from the from that period, because there were interaction between traders. So this is one aspect. So basically I talk about in this video about basically Mauryan pillars. One of the important aspect is that basically the wooden platform, because to the south of the pillar hall, so the Mauryan pillar hall, to the south of the Mauryan pillar there were wooden platforms, and that wooden was sal wood, and that sal wood was found from Sundargarh. So that is one of the fact that, because I have stated the fact that the wood was supported base, and that wood was from Sundargarh, lies in Odisha. And that wood was sal wood. And so, and we also, and but there is a one aspect that how such modern palaces ended. So historians say that it attacked by the fires, and it the fires, and because we have found large quantity of ashes and pieces of burnt wood, which indicate that the floor and floor and roof were also made out from the wood. And and this wood structures were subjected to fire. So because so the fires conflagrated the Mauryan palaces. This is one aspect historian mostly say. So the Mauryan palaces could have been destroyed, probably could have been destroyed by a fire. So this is one aspect. So I will discuss all the aspects, like Ashokan. I will talk about Ashokan pillars, sculptures, and cave architectures and other aspects. So, but without enlarging my videos, because otherwise I will find very difficult to upload videos. So, so in the first part I talk about the Mauryan palace. Okay, and next video I will talk about some other aspects. So until next time, take care. Have a good day.